strategicfinances.net, empowering women entrepreneurs to increase their cash flow and implement better financial strategies. So, I had someone talk about, so I want to talk to you if you have a job and if you have financial goals. So, if you have a job, type type job in the chat, right? Type job in the chat. If you have financial goals, type goals in the chat. So I'll never forget this particular person. He came to me, he was looking for a way to make some extra money. He had like $30,000 saved, and he was wanting to know what he should do with that money. Okay? So, one thing that I'll suggest to you is that you have a plan for your money. Have a plan, right? And let me tell you this, if you're just focused on, let's say he just wanted to focus on saving that $30,000, and that's like all he did, and just kept working and just tried to add to that, right? Of course he wants to add to that savings. Well, you have to take into account inflation. That $30,000 today, 10 years from now, is not going to be worth $30,000. You've actually lost money. So what you want to do is have a plan. So click the link in my bio. I have a free 8-step game plan to increase your cash flow. I'm going through that plan. This is a plan that, like, I'm more clear on my financial goals than I have ever been. It's getting more detailed, and I love it. And I'm following this plan. This plan, for me, for what I'm trying to do, might take me 5 years minimum. And I am increasing my investments now and during these next 5 years. And I have a goal. I want you to have a goal. There's a lot of people who don't have a real financial plan. They have financial goals, have those, but you want to have a plan. So, for example, really quick, I'm going to run through these 8 steps more, just really quickly on what he can do with the 30,000. One thing he could do is he could leave the 30,000 alone. Okay. He can go through step 1, and he can acquire as much cash flow as possible. So he works a job, right? So what he could do is make sure he revisits his W-4 and make sure that it's filled out properly. That way he's not overpaying in taxes, right? He could also eliminate any expenses that he doesn't really need or really want anymore. He could also start a business on the side, and those have major tax benefits, which he could lower his taxes even more, right? So take all of that extra cash flow now, that he's going to get every single month and every single year, and now proceed to step number 2. He can leave his 30,000 alone. Just leave it there for peace of mind. That's something that, a lot of us hold on to that money, right? We don't want to do anything with it, which, let me walk you through these steps and you'll see how this plays out. So we can keep that peace of mind, but simultaneously be building for your future and investing and having your money grow. So the second step, he would build up a mini contingency fund, a mini emergency fund of, let's just say, $3,000. So he builds that up. Then he moves on to step 3, which is to start investing if he's not, right? So invest at least 5% of your income into a retirement account, like your 401k at his job, if it offers that, or he could open up a Roth IRA and invest into that. And then what he can do is move on to step 4, and he can actually just pay down all of his debt, right? He can pay down debt. That's going to save him money, right? Because you're not paying all that interest. He can pay down his debt, and then he can move on to step 5, and he can actually, then go ahead I'm getting ahead of myself. He can move on to step 5, and let me see what step 5 was. He can start then maxing out his retirement account, so he could go above and beyond 5%, right? And then what he can do is step number 6, go ahead and build a fully funded emergency fund. So if something happens, he loses his job, he'll be good for a year. So let's say he makes $75,000 a year. He wants to have $75,000 saved, liquid, so he can access it. So he already has the 30,000, so now he would just need, you know, $55,000, right? Or no, what am I trying to say? 30, when I said right, yeah, $55,000 he would need to save. So that's going to take how long ever it's going to take, right? But he's going to work his way to building that up. And then step number 7, if he's renting, he can invest into a house. Or if he has a home, he can go ahead and put all his extra cash flow into, you know, the money he was using to pay down debt. He can put that into paying down his mortgage, right? And then after that, step number 8, he can go ahead and invest above and beyond his retirement accounts. So he can invest into stocks, bonds, ETFs, real estate, right? Now, he's positioned himself, his money can grow, and he has a savings, right? And he still has income. So he's like, you know, got some financial security. So that's what we want. That's the plan that I'm following. If you're interested in that plan, click the link in my bio. Download my free 8-step. I'm giving it to you for free. I'm following it. All you got to do is follow it. That, and who knows how long it will take you, right? For me to get through this plan, it might take me 5 years. Like, I have a plan for my next 5 years of how I want to increase my investments and move, you know, and I have a goal, right, for these next 5 to 7 years. But download that game plan. I got to go. It's late. My baby's sleeping. And I hope that you'll be one of the 75 women that I want to help, that I want to work with. I'm going through these steps myself. If you're interested in going through these steps and building some financial security for yourself, click the link in my bio, and I will see you on the other side. Bye for now.